The brand new episode of You Gotta Be Kidding Me is ready. I'm Tony.
I'm Gary.
And today we're going to talk about the Rolling Stones' Foreign Tongues album. It is fantastic, Gary.
What about the Mills Brothers?
The Mills Brothers?
Yeah.
Well, you got to bring them up.
Well, because they might have a new album out, too.
I doubt it very seriously. The
Yeah,
Rolling
they're dead.
Stones,
They're dead.
yeah, they're all dead.
Yeah.
The Mills Brothers, not the Rolling Stones.
No.
Some of them are dead.
But
Anyway, check it out. It's the brand new episode. You got to be kidding.
It's a good one.
Warriors,
Oh,
come out to play.
boy.
Warriors, come out to play. Warriors, come out to play. Warriors, come
stop.
out to play.
Stop.
Okay, here we go.
It's You Gotta Be Kidding Me with Tony Perkins and Gary Stein. No, they're not related. They're just good friends. And now, here's Tony and Gary.
He doesn't want me to do the show. That's why he does. I'm so irritated now. I have to go lie down.
That Warriors clip, it's. I think if I were in the theater watching Warriors and that character was doing that, I think I would literally say out loud, "Enough already."
Well,
Enough.
Being on the set, it was enough.
Yeah,
And I want to call David Patrick Kelly and see if he can fine Rob. I don't mean that Rob is fine.
Okay.
Fine Rob for using it unauthorized, and see if David Patrick Kelly can stop him. Because I think he's promoting him, but negatively.
No, but what he is doing, and I do want to point out, is don't forget, if you're watching this or listening to this, you are a fan and you are a warrior. And that
Yes.
is your official name. That is what we are calling you guys. That's right. You are the Warriors, and we thank you for fighting the good fight and spreading the word and telling everyone you know about this show, which is called You've Gotta Be Kidding Me. I'm Tony Perkins.
I'm Gary Stein, and Tony's announcement about that was perfect, but you guys need to do a better job. Now, I don't want to chide our fans, right? That's not a...
They could say maybe you guys need to do a better
Exactly,
job.
exactly. Yeah, all right.
Don't
So
put it on us.
I set myself up there. All right, I didn't mean to.
Welcome to episode 18. Before I promote what's going on today's show,
Yeah.
let me say this. Last week, I promoted that we would be revisiting the game, When Was It Invented? And then we never did it, and I didn't even mention at the end that we didn't do it. Some folks wondered, did we do it and it was cut out of the show? No, we just never got to it, and I forgot to say that at the end.
I'm glad you said that because I'm in Nova Scotia,
Yes.
and I keep going into town, to buy groceries or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody is saying to me, "What happened to the game?
Yeah.
What happened? What Tony promoted the game?"
Yep.
The cashier at the market yesterday said it, and she really wouldn't let me check out. I was trying to get out of there, and she was really upset.
You should spread the word in Nova Scotia. I hope you're doing that. About the podcast. Maybe put up some posters and stuff. Get some kind of international thing going on.
Well, I do exactly what's happening in America. I told one person, and then she thanked me and then went about her business. She also told me about some of her favorite podcasts. I said, yes, but this could become one of them.
Right. See, you should be doing better. Forget about the Warriors.
Yeah,
We have a
exactly.
lot that we're going to try to do today. Before we get to anything, first of all, Gary, coming to us live from Nova Scotia once
I am.
again, his summer retreat.
Yes.
And you look good. Your
Thank
skin
you.
tone looks good. Did
Oh.
you get a haircut?
Oh, you noticed.
Yeah, I did.
Wow,
I
you
noticed
noticed.
these things.
I never noticed when you get a haircut, but I'm really glad you. Well,
Because I don't let it grow that long.
No, I can see that you don't. You must get a haircut every day.
No, I do not. It's just thinning hair. But let me show you something. Stand by.
Yeah,
I'll be
okay,
right back.
all right, go
Keep
ahead.
talking to the Warriors.
Oh, okay. So look, here's what you have to do. You need to tell a friend every single day that it is the best podcast YouTube series out there. You won't find anything better, not with or without Rob Spiewak. I'm telling you that.
I wish I could still grow my hair like this. This is when I'm in college.
Is it a chia pet?
No.
No?
Well,
Oh.
kind of close. Look at this. That's me.
I know. Oh,
And that's real hair. That's not a wig.
no. Oh,
Yeah.
there you go.
I'm black and I'm proud. There you go, Rob. There you go. That is a serious afro. That's about 1980.
Yeah. I like that. I like that.
I don't think I could grow my hair like that.
Yeah, now I showed you that when I was young,
Yes.
I had a fro. And it was, and I'll show you a little bit later in the show. It was gigantic, and I also had the black power pick in the back of my hair.
Yep, I had
because they didn't have a Jewish one.
And so let me ask you a question, and I'm serious here, and hopefully I'm not offending you or anybody.
Why is today different? Yes, go ahead.
The term Jew-fro, is that offensive, or that because I've heard Jews say I had a Jew-fro?
Right. The only time ever that it's offensive is when black people use the expression. So thank God there is no black person around that's using the expression, because that's the only time we take offense and we pick up weapons. We pick up weapons.
Pick up weapons. Wow. Okay. So tell me about your
No,
haircut.
I don't think it's offensive. I got to tell you something about my hair, though. Can I just? Oh my God!
This is Gary's barbershop that we're seeing right now.
A picture just popped up from Rob about a barbershop from the turn of the last century, and I was the first customer at this particular barbershop. It was 1902. It was a Tuesday, and my hair was really long, and they cut it. They used a straight razor. I got a straight razor
They used to use straight razors. That's right.
Yeah. So this is, a lot of things that we talk about are like, this is what happens when you get older, right? Well, there's whether you have hair or not, we deal with our heads. This one. Just leave it alone.
I know. Well, I'm not even going there this week.
Don't. But you did that. You did the Tony face.
Yes,
I saw the Tony face, which is like, why do you do that, Gary
Yes,
Stein? I don't
right,
even
I'm
like
sorry.
you. Yeah. No. It's me that should be sorry, but I'm not. So there's something new happening. So not only don't I have a fro, when I was about 50, my hair straightened. I don't know why. I'll show you later. I'll show you right after the break.
Yeah, my hair's straighter
Yes?
than it used to be. Yep.
So it's really straight. But here's what's happening that's horrible. It's changing in ways that you guys don't notice.
Okay.
When I wake up in the morning, every morning,
Okay.
my wife is so wonderful. She's so nice because she doesn't say anything.
Okay.
But the first time I walk into the bathroom in the morning, I look in the mirror and go, like, it's like a comb over sticking straight up, where like there's no hint of spirit gum. So it's not like, and it's cockeyed. And it's all over the place. There are parts of my hair going in all directions. And I look at it every day and I say, today, there's nothing I can do with this. And if I try to comb it to make it look okay,
Right.
it's not possible. I have to take a shower.
Oh, really? To wet it down?
I swear, wetting it doesn't do enough. I have to take a shower, soak the hell out of it, get out, and start brushing it back. I never used to brush my hair back, but now I do. I feel like I'm covering up like moon craters, and things that are just, it's so unattractive and it's so awful, and it just tells me that these are things that are going to continue to get worse.
Hair is weird. Hair does change. Gray hair is different than regular colored hair.
You mean the texture, right?
The texture is different, and it grows wilder. That's what's happening to me. You can't tell because I'm wearing headphones, and
And you keep the hair so short.
I
I can't even see it.
Yeah,
it's so short. You get such a buzz cut that I can't even see that the front generally, when you don't get that buzz cut,
Yeah.
you go like this a lot to just get it out of your eyes, And
I do have hair. What I don't, well, we've talked about this. What I
can
don't
you move
like
it forward? Can you just move it forward?
Well, let me. This is this a way to open the podcast? I can comb it forward, but it doesn't do much. But you can tell that it's combed forward.
How far forward does it come, Tony? I don't really think.
Not far enough.
Not even a quarter of an inch.
Your hair looks good, and I do like that you're letting it get more gray now.
I am. Yeah.
It's year of age.
Sometimes when I polish my shoes, I wind up using a little bit of it. I just go, oh, wait a minute. This looks good with this, And then I take out the buffer and And I go, it's darker now.
You haven't even noticed my name this week is Smokey
Oh,
Perkins.
I noticed early, and I was going to ask you about it, but then I got all wrapped up in myself.
It could be an homage to Smokey Robinson, one of my favorite artists, one of the best songwriters in history. But I've chosen this today because we are recording this show on Friday, July 17th, and where I am in the Mid-Atlantic, Washington, D.C., the air is so smoky, and I know in New York City, yeah, smoke on the water.
Perfect, Rob.
Is it Deep Purple, Rob?
It is Deep Purple.
It
Yes,
is
sir.
Deep Purple. Even I can play this on guitar. This is the first thing I think anyone learns on guitar.
I believe this is one of the songs that if you play it, you will get kicked out of a music store.
Probably.
The first thing I learned on a guitar was the Bonanza theme song because it really didn't take much. It was like 3 notes, But listen, I'm surprised you didn't play "Smoke Gets in Your Eyes" because that's a little more old timey, Rob.
I was I was operating under a directive.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
I did
Okay.
tell him he might want to have that song ready. And yeah, Smoke Gets in Your Eyes is too old.
Oh, so you planned something?
Of course
That's
I
not
planned
fair. We don't do that.
I plan things. I've got stuff here and here. But let me ask you.
I'm smart. I plan
You're in
things.
Nova Scotia. So
Yes.
do you have the smoke there? Because New York had it, Boston had it, Philly. It's been really bad.
Yeah, that's what I understand. And I talked to Billy, my son, who's in Jersey.
Yes.
Ben, the other one, is here.
Yes.
But Billy said that he was going to work at the MLB network today wearing an N95.
Yeah.
And I thought, that's really scary to me that it's that bad.
It's fascinating because this is coming from Canada, but if I go outside right now, it's
Boo.
what's that?
I don't like Canada.
You don't like? Why don't you like Canada?
What?
Well, they're poised to attack. It's a whole thing. I don't want to get into it. But now
who
they're
asked you?
They're
Who
sending
asked you?
smoke. I mean, what? That's not what friendly people do.
They're they're sending smoke, and don't they have bison in Canada?
Yes.
Did you see that bison that flipped that man up in the air this week?
And also keep in mind all of that. We're so friendly. We're so nice. That's an act. Don't be fooled.
You're just jealous because I'm up here and they're so nice you wouldn't believe it. Also, we're recording earlier than the show drops, and I watched President Trump last night, and I want to talk about something else that's fake.
Remember, no politics.
I know, but I did it really well. I did it really well with no thought about what I really thought about what he said last night because I almost heard it.
Yeah.
There are no wildfires. This is a proliferation of smoke signals. And I think that there's a celebration going on, and I'm glad. We have indigenous people here in Canada that are celebrating, and certainly in the States. They are. Well, I don't know if they're celebrating because they're still not treated the way they should be. But there is apparently a lot of smoke signals going on, tons. It's getting down to Texas. It's all over the place.
Well,
there's no fires. There are no fires.
No
Actually,
fire.
Tony, I do have a question because I know that you handled weather in your jobs.
Yes.
Have you ever
I was his producer. Yeah.
Well,
okay.
Not my
I
weather
wasn't-
producer.
Yeah, I
He
was.
was. We're going to talk about that later on, actually.
Okay,
You were
all
and you
right.
weren't. Yes,
in your
Rob.
history of
Rob,
broadcasting.
bring yourself up. We want to see.
Okay, thank
I
you.
don't
It's
want to
very
see
kind
him.
of
I don't want to
you.
see
Yeah,
him.
See, this is
He
where it
doesn't
gets
have
weird.
hair. I don't want to see him with the no hair.
But I want to hear this question.
Okay, my question.
You have to see him to hear the question.
Yeah. Have you ever heard of a code purple? They said today on the news that it was a code purple air quality, meaning it's unhealthy for everybody. And I don't know that I've ever seen that.
So code orange is unhealthy for people with sensitivities, asthma,
Right.
that kind of thing. The very elderly, the very young. Code red means, hey, everybody stay indoors if you can. Purple, which is rare, it's worse than red. And
Wow.
I think it just means...
Especially if it's deep purple.
Oh, very good. Is that why you asked the question?
No, it's not. It just occurred to me.
Here
But
in DC
I had never seen a purple alert
Yep,
before.
purple alert, and it just means it's the worst that it can be. Well, although, when the sun explodes, it'll be worse then.
That's also that's a drag.
That would be code Deep Purple.
That would be very bad.
Yeah.
Can I add something for Rob's benefit? Since Rob, just
Yes,
trust me, I
Gary.
was the weather producer. Okay.
I understand. Yeah.
Yeah. So let me just say one thing. They don't talk about when there's a chartreuse warning, and that is worse than purple, because that means that not only is it smoky, but there's a lot of cross-dressing going on, and so that's official. That is official.
I heard Sam Champion say the worst thing about a chartreuse warning is that nothing goes with it at all.
And it's usually limited to the Broadway area.
It's a very Times Square sort of thing.
Right, only there. All right, I've got two quick since we last saw yous. First of all, the Rolling Stones. Now, I talked about. Thank you. Since we last saw you, the Rolling Stones album Foreign Tongues came out. This album is fantastic. I mean, these guys are in their 80s. They are firing on all cylinders.
They are.
It rocks. It rolls. There's blues. There's a country influence song. It is fantastic. I don't know how they're doing it. I actually feel like the reason I've got Some Girls behind me, the album Some Girls.
I know why.
Why?
The Rolling Stones.
Is because this is in places. This album sounds like it could have come out as the follow-up to Some Girls, which was in 1978. It's that good.
It is.
Pick it up.
It is. You know what? You know that I'm not the biggest Rolling Stones fan,
Right.
but we drove to Halifax, which is to pick up Ben yesterday. It's an hour and a half away.
You and your wife, yes.
Me and my wife Sarah Partridge,
Yes.
and we listened to the whole album the whole way up, and I loved it. And
Isn't it
I
great?
thought they sound like they used to sound.
Yeah.
I mean, they're not the Mills Brothers, but they're they're good. I mean, what's gonna top Up the Lazy River? So they don't even try. Have you noticed they've never recorded Up the Lazy River?
No, they have not.
But the Mills Brothers did.
The Mills
So-
Brothers did do that.
Yeah, they did. Yeah.
When I was a kid, I actually liked the Mills Brothers. They would be on variety shows every now and then.
You know what? I have to tell you something I don't think I ever told you before. My
produced them?
grandfather, my mother's father,
Was in the Mills Brothers?
sort of. So I wouldn't, every once in a while, I thought my grandfather was a very kind of wide open guy, but every once in a while he'd make a comment, a race comment that was supposed to be innocent, but they never are. They never really truly are. Okay. And I used to look at my sister and then my wife sometimes when we were with him, and I think maybe as punishment for that, he looked exactly like one of the Mills Brothers. And whenever I saw them at the end of their career, on whatever show, Rob, I don't know if they were on Ed Sullivan, but they were on variety shows.
They did Dean Martin a lot because Dean loved the Mills Brothers.
Okay.
He was inspired by their singing. So
I would wait for Grandpa Nat to come out. And I swear to God, even my sister said, he does look like Grandpa. And I thought, there's a character.
Here they are, the Mills Brothers. I used to.
Let me call you sweetheart.
Oh, Grandpa, sing it to me.
I'm in love.
I played the Mills Brothers at my first radio job. It was a big band radio station, and we used
Really?
to play all that old stuff. Yeah.
Really? So you go
did
back.
Did you ever say to your grandfather, "You look like one of the Mills Brothers"?
No, because Grandpa wouldn't have liked that. So,
not sure that would have landed, huh?
it would have landed. But
Maybe he made the occasional comment because he realized he looked like one of the Mills Brothers, and he didn't like that.
you see, you're so nice, and you're so much nicer than I am. You really are. You always have been. Why are you giving him a break? He's gone now. You know, it's
gone,
like,
okay.
and listen, he was loving. I adored him. He had some flaws.
Yeah.
Yeah. But he looked like one of the Mills brothers, and I think that I never said it.
One day you have to pull up a picture.
I will.
All right, so there you go. Rolling Stones, Foreign Tongues, and I guess pick up the Mills Brothers' greatest hits as well.
Listen to this. Listen to this. He's
You
still
can take
doing
it out now, Rob. I mean, they were great, but they're old.
Nobody did harmony like they did. Come on now.
That's
It's beautiful. It's
Although-
beautiful harmony.
Beautiful. How many, there were 3 of them or 4?
Four.
Okay.
Yeah.
There
Then
was-
one died, and then there were 3.
Then there were 3. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
There was Lamont, there was Darrell, there was Jefferson and Nat.
And that's. You are just determined to get into trouble, aren't you?
Yes. You're just figuring that out?
Now, at first, I was like, oh yeah, okay.
I don't know their names.
I have another since we last saw you.
Okay.
And this one, I think you're going to be very fascinated by this. This came out in a Washington Post article today. And the article, or in fact, let me go to the article. The title is "The Death of the Stick Shift." Stick shift cars, manual transmission cars. Now, you would guess they'd be declining in popularity. You would be shocked at how many, the percentage of cars made for the U.S. market that are stick shift or manual. Give me a guess. What percentage of cars do you think?
Well, you're setting it up like this, so I'm going to say 15%.
15%. Rob, do you have a guess?
I'll go lower. I'll say I'll take the under, as we say in Las
You
Vegas.
always do.
I know. Sorry about that. What is the answer?
Are you going to give me a number?
okay,
You're
okay,
just
gotta
gonna
give him a
I'll
number.
Say,
You
okay,
can't
I'll
just-
say 8%.
8%.
I'll take the
8%.
under. He doesn't even give a number.
Both are too
Don't
low.
have to when you bet it.
0.6.
What?
0.6.
Wow.
There. Percent of cars made for sale in the U.S. are stick shifts now. In 1980, the percentage was 34.6%. And in the mid-60s, the percentage of cars sold in the U.S. that were stick shifts, 75%.
I was going to say, yep, it had to be more. When I was first learning to drive,
Yeah.
it was back, when everything was just black and white.
Yes.
Even the cars.
Even the cars, right. In fact, they were all black.
They were, if you
Yeah.
were a guy
Yeah.
and you weren't driving a stick shift, you were sort of labeled a wuss.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. My father tried to teach me. This is one of the few times, it might be the only time I remember my father getting irritated with me. He was trying to teach me the stick shift. I was terrible. And he just kind of at one point said, stop, and got out of the car. And said,
Wow.
okay, that's enough.
I think there had to be, that's not fair. It's not right. But I think there had to be many more times that your father was aggravated with
Well, that's
you.
the only one I remember.
Well, it's the only one you acknowledge, yeah.
The reason for the decline, because most stick shifts were sports cars.
Yeah.
Sports cars have declined in popularity because people are going with EVs, hybrids, SUVs now, and those are all manual transmissions. So.
Well, I don't think that we ever looked so much at the price of gas as we are now.
Right.
So
That's
people are being very economical about
Right.
the cars they're buying. They're going electric if they can, or
Right.
hybrids. You're right about this. I haven't thought about it.
But
yeah,
if you're talking modern cars that are not electric or hybrid, doesn't manual transmission yield better gas mileage?
Yeah, but people don't care. I mean, they don't want, you're really driving when you have a stick shift. I mean,
Yeah.
and the
Yes,
people
sure.
who drive them love it. They feel like, I read a quote in the article of someone who said, an automatic, it's kind of boring. And, now, listen, if you're driving an automatic, you can literally get cruise control where the car's driving itself. You
Yes.
know?
Yeah.
So people aren't as interested. And listen, how many wide open roads are there these days? There are some as you go across the country, Pacific Coast Highway, but I'm sure there are more stick shifts in those areas than there are in urban areas like where we are.
right, I
Tony-
agree. I
Tony,
agree with
did you
that.
ever have a stick shift automobile? I know you've had the same car for 30 years now, but I mean
More,
before
longer,
that.
longer.
My
yeah.
dad bought me, I think it was an MG, and it was a cool little car. Sports car, blue, and it was blue, and he tried, and I couldn't do it, so he took it.
Wow.
That might have been the plan all along.
Did that cause
How Dad
any-
gets a sports car.
You know what? You might be right.
Kind of like giving your dad a baseball bat for his birthday. Yeah.
Right, exactly. What am I
Exactly,
going to
yeah.
do with this? All right, I'll take it. All right, so that's since we last saw you.
Yes.
Gary Stein, I know that you wanted to talk about something that had to do with sharing. You told me to write down as a title, I don't want to share.
That's right. That's right.
Okay.
Yeah, and dare I say, Rob can weigh in on this also because I wonder how he feels about this. Wives, girlfriends, couples, whatever. There's always like interesting interaction that takes place.
I don't want to share my wife. Is that where this is
Yeah,
going?
where are we going?
Well, you can share her if there's a purpose.
Okay. Okay.
So
Noted.
So one of the irritating things about coupling for me is like women eat differently than men. I don't mean they don't eat with their feet. I wasn't going to say that, but they eat differently. And like whenever we go out for dinner, Sarah will say to me, would you like to split a Caesar to start? I'm okay with that. Yeah, because we're not talking about the main dish, right?
Right.
But so she'll also like find something that she wants as an entree and think that it would be a good idea to split. Mm-hmm. And that's because she doesn't need that much, but I need more. And I will often agree with her just because I feel bludgeoned into it. And I'll say,
That
all
is
right,
strong.
let's share the eggplant parmesan. Have you been here before? Have you checked out the portions? Because,
Right.
I eat more than you. And you don't need that much, she'll say.
Oh.
And I will say, well, maybe I do. Maybe
I want
I
that
do need.
much.
I wanted more. Maybe I want. So sometimes we'll do that. We'll share the appetizer and the entree, and lo and behold, by the time it's over, I'm not done. But
Yeah, you're
but
still
now
hungry.
I'm just rushing to dessert because I would like to have more food. And the bottom line is, I don't want to share the entree. I never want to share the entree, and I'm going to put my foot down right here on this podcast, make her watch it when it drops on Tuesday, and show her that I will no longer, after 35 years, share an entree under any circumstances.
Okay, let's see if
Okay.
you stick to that.
Yeah, when am I going to get the call that says, I want you to cut out the third
Right. Yeah, before it airs. Right.
Now,
What
where do you weigh in?
experiences do you gentlemen have with this sort of thing?
Rob, you
Before
go
I
first.
answer,
Yes.
where do you weigh in on French fries?
Oh,
Because that's where Carrie is. She's a viper. She will zoom in and get the fries.
okay.
Well, wait. Now, does she zoom in and she gets the fries and doesn't leave enough for you? And you're sharing one order of fries? Clarify
Okay.
this.
Let's
I need
say
to know.
we're at a restaurant and I
Yes.
get a burger that comes with a side of fries. And
Yes.
she gets the I don't know, some fancy Brentwood salad, something fancy name, something $40 worth of lettuce.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. That's not upsetting at all.
No.
Yeah. Yeah.
But no fries with the Brentwood salad.
Right.
So the fingers crawl over and the fries start disappearing. I can do with the smaller portion, but what gets me is if you wanted fries, get fries.
I feel the same way.
Okay,
I
so-
so identify with that.
It's more of a principle for me than it is an inconvenience.
Well,
but
for
still,
me, it's about the fries.
Yeah,
it's
I
not
know.
principle.
This
you
is
need
I-
those carbs, Gare.
I think this is a common thing, and this is gonna be weird because I'm gonna come in and I have to admit to something. And my son just walked by, and if he heard me talking about it, he would jump in here and say, "Yeah, okay." So I like fries, and but if I get a meal, and if my wife and son are with me, and I get a meal, and let's say it's a pasta dish, but my wife maybe she'll get a mushroom Swiss burger. She loves those, and it comes with fries. Or my son, who doesn't order things that come with fries much anymore, but he used to. He's a very healthy eater now. I will frequently, not only will I want a fry, my son has pointed out that I will reach for it, and as I'm grabbing it, say, "Can I have a fry?" It's already in my hands. And
Because it's easier to get forgiveness than permission.
right, but this perturbs him a little
And he
bit.
notices this.
Oh, he
That's
noticed
very
it.
that's very Connor. It
Yes,
really
it
is.
Yes,
Yeah.
he is. And so now sometimes I'm like, can I have a fry? And he'll say, well, at least you didn't grab it first. And he'll give me a fry. But here's the other thing. I'm convinced, and maybe this is what's going on with your wife. I am convinced that we go to a particular restaurant, the fries are really good. When I order the dish with the fries, they're good.
Mm-hmm.
But when Rhonda gets them, they're better when I take them off of her plate. I could swear that's the case.
I think you should apply that logic to just about everything.
Yeah.
And just try it out. Try it out. It's a good idea. They taste better if I'm stealing them.
For some reason.
They taste better if you're not offering them to me.
I get
Music
the
sounds
same
better
from-
when you shoplift the album. It's just the same thing.
Hey, Rob, can I tell you something that I've been
Please.
doing with Tony for like almost 30 years?
Yeah, please.
We're at a restaurant and we're ordering food and he's looking at the menu and he comes up with what he wants and he says, I'll try the roast beef. And I always say to him, does that mean if you don't like it, you're giving it back? Because you're not trying it, you're ordering it, but you're hedging your bets.
Yeah, of
and
course,
and they're not going to go along with that with you.
Exactly.
So
When
I've
Gary
said
was-
that answer to him about 1,000 times.
When Gary was here a couple of weeks ago, same thing. And I'd forgotten that you did that, but it's my habit. Now, you know what habit you kind of cured me of, Gary? When we used to work together, I would say, like you would call me and say, what are you doing, whatever, and I would say, I'm fixing dinner. And you would always say, oh, was it broken? Yeah, when I grew up, that's what we said. Oh, I'm fixing dinner. What's Rhonda doing? She's fixing dinner. But I guess that's not what you grew up saying.
No, and I also didn't say cut off the light, but cut off the light before you leave the room.
Right.
No, we didn't say fixing because it wasn't broken.
Right,
we
right.
just said we're making dinner.
Well,
But
you marry into some phrases sometimes. One that my dad with his second wife was, I came home from the grocery store. I put up the groceries. Mm-hmm. I said, what?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm envisioning a very tall shelf, and that's where
yes,
you're putting all
yeah,
the. But it just
yeah.
means put them away. But it's
Yeah.
very common in the South to put up the groceries.
It's a regional thing. So Gary, you say this, and I don't point it out to you or anything
because you're nicer than me, I know.
Right,
Yeah.
right. But Gary, sometimes we'll be on the phone, and I'll say, "Where are you headed?" And he said, "I'm just going to the market." I never say I'm going to the market. I'm going to the grocery store, or I'm going to the store. It's just kind of known the store is the grocery store. or
And
the
he's not
market.
going to like Wall Street to check on his trading. Right?
No,
On the
I
market.
am actually. That's where I'm going. When I tell him I'm going to the market, I'm going down to Wall Street because I'm trying to meet some of Bernie Madoff's relatives.
So here's what you need to know: you don't literally have to go to the market to check on your stocks.
No,
They have
I
them
do.
online now.
No, I do because I don't trust. I have a trust issue, so I have to go down there. I have to see what's going on.
That's funny. Let's see. I do have friends who share their meal, but they're good about it. They plan it, my friend Richard and his wife Marcia, they share a meal every time, and they feel like the servings are too much. We don't need that much, and they pay for one meal essentially. And I always say, to Rhonda, we should do that, and then we go right ahead and order separate meals.
Exactly.
And,
But you bring up something else that I don't love, and that's like there's a really good Italian restaurant in Times Square that maybe we went to together. I don't know, called Carmine's.
oh my God.
And first of all, it's too much food. It's just too much. But they have a policy there where you eat what they call family style,
Yes.
and you have to share with everybody.
Yes.
Now, in this case, there is enough food on the platters for everybody to share. I still don't want to share.
That's
I just want my own
you
food.
want your own little plate. Yeah.
Sarah and I went to Carmine's once. We loved the food. We've never been back. And that's because of me, not her.
So, okay, that Carmine's in Times Square.
Yeah.
I've been there too, maybe once or twice. You know why I haven't been back? It is the
Restricted?
loudest restaurant.
Restricted?
No, not because it's restricted. That would be a problem for you. It's the loudest restaurant I have ever
You're
been in.
absolutely right.
What
It
makes
is.
it so loud?
People talk. It's not even
Oy.
music playing. I don't
People
know
are
what
screaming.
they're just loud. I don't know what the acoustics are. The service in the back is loud. It seems like the waiters are loud. People are talking loud. If you ever in New York, just walk in and walk to the restroom, and if you don't want to sit and eat, it is so loud. It's terrible.
If it's loud in the restroom, you've got company.
Yeah, I don't have to go to New York to hear that. I
You
do
can
have a
walk
question.
right down the hall.
I have a
don't wanna-
question for you guys as New York people. Something that flipped me out. We would occasionally go up to New York with the old Don and Mike show, and I became addicted to the Carnegie Deli. But they serve sandwiches that you cannot finish. You
Can't.
literally can't do it.
It's the style. You can't.
But if you share it, there's a fee. There's a sharing fee.
yeah.
Now, is that a New York thing only? Because I've never
No,
seen
it's
that
because
outside of the city.
No, I think it's because my people owned the place.
Your people.
My people. I think my people figured out that it made sense that there's a penalty if you're not going to order your own food.
You know, it's a trick because you can't possibly eat those sandwiches.
You can't.
The way
It's
they
impossible.
Are.
Yeah.
Right. So then you're going to split it, and then they charge you a split fee.
Or
know
you,
what?
or what we always did is that I took it home and it was a whole additional meal.
Yeah,
You know.
Yeah, but who has room in their fridge for that?
Right.
It's that big.
Listen, they're famous. There's a restaurant here in D.C., Bowie Mongers. You might know it, Rob.
What a good name.
That
It's
is
a
a
nice
good
name.
Yeah, and their sandwiches are huge as well. You can't possibly eat them. The other thing, I don't know if anyone's going to listen to this episode. But
Oh,
the
they're
other
gone
thing-
10 minutes ago. Don't worry about it.
Right. When we started talking about stick shifts, they were like, yeah, I don't
They
even
all
know
went
what
to
that
a
is.
diner and they're all sitting in one booth.
Do you ever go?
Sharing.
They're literally like, yeah, this show's not for me.
That's right. That's
Do
right.
you ever go to a bagel shop where the portion of cream cheese that they put on, it's like half a thing of cream cheese?
Yes,
Way too
it
much.
is.
Yeah, I
way
agree.
way too much. When we open Winnebago, which is what we talked about last week,
Yes.
we won't do that.
Nope.
We will not do that. We'll charge double for the bagel,
Yeah.
but we will not put that much cream cheese on it that a human should not ingest.
That would be on our sign. We serve reasonable amounts of cream cheese.
right.
I
right.
would go there.
Well, the only thing is that some people may want to order it without cream cheese, and now they feel like that we put cream cheese on it, whether they want it or not. And that's not a really good idea, Tony. It's not a very
You say
good
that
idea.
I'm so literal.
Well, I'm just thinking that my customers, who I don't have yet, are going to think very literally like me, because a lot of them will be of my persuasion.
Why don't you just open a cream cheese place and just sell the cream cheese?
Wait, bring your own bagel.
Right.
Bring your own.
Can I get a bagel?
BYOB. Yeah.
There's a bagel shop next door. Go there for the bagel. We'll sell you the cream cheese.
You want us to do everything?
Okay, I'm glad I didn't promote things because I think I'm going to skip over one thing that I thought we would do. I do want to get to the game. Let's take a break.
Yeah.
And we'll come back and we'll play for the second time, part 2 of When Was It Invented? And it will be Gary versus Rob. We'll be back.
You better not stack this game. This game better be legitimate like my games are.
Only thing I stack is cream cheese.
Okay, all right then. Okay.
Stay tuned for an outstanding entertainment program. You gotta be kidding me. No, I'm not kidding you. It really is an outstanding program. It's called You Gotta Be Kidding Me with Tony and Gary.
Donnie Simpson, we love him so.
Oh, don't we? Look at that.
Look at this picture. All right, Gary has posted a picture of him with a fro. How
Yes.
old were you here?
19.
19. Wow, look
I
at
used,
you.
When I traveled, I put luggage up there.
I was going to say, this would be literally your sweat hog era.
Yes.
You look a little like Juan Epstein there.
Yes, I would
Yeah,
agree.
yeah. I think so. Well, I think that he got the idea from me.
Of course.
And, yeah. He said, I want the Stein cut.
So when I was that age and when I was in high school, like I showed you earlier, I had a big fro. And literally, I would put, like in school, put pencils in my hair and forget they
Yes.
were there. Have to, pull them out later on. It was
The
crazy.
secretary did that in Ferris Bueller, didn't she? Didn't she pull pencils out of her hair?
Did she? Yes,
Edie
she did.
McClurg? Yeah, I think she did.
I used to keep burritos up there because I would get hungry during school, and I'd just take one out and eat it.
You were a good-looking kid. That's very cool.
Well, thank you. I had chubby cheeks. You see that? I was
Yeah,
19.
I did.
But I had that hair. At least not. I didn't have a fro, but I had that hair till I was in my 50s, and then it just stopped. It went
But
straight.
you didn't have a fro, but it was curly like that.
Yeah, well, at GMA it was still curly.
Right, yeah.
And then it's straight. Yeah.
Huh. Very interesting. Okay, that's very cool. Well, welcome back to the broadcast of ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, warriors of all ages. A few weeks ago now, we played a game that Gary came up with, and frankly was designed to embarrass me. And the odds
No,
were
you did
stacked
that on
against
your
me.
own.
No.
You did. You didn't get a single answer right.
But you know what? I came up with a name that you all didn't even recognize. Charles Drew. When it was give me someone named Charles.
Yeah.
Very famous person in Black history. I forget why right now, but
Oh, good.
Boy,
oh,
is
good.
this case strong.
Is he a good spokesman? Yeah.
Well done. Well done, Matlock.
Yeah, exactly. Bring this up at the Comfort Inn.
but I should have gotten credit for that, and I did not.
No, but you know why? Because it wasn't. Listen, Charles Drew is one of my heroes, but he wasn't one of the people that I thought of. Right, so it
So
didn't
it had to
matter
be-
that you
it
came
had
up
to
with the
be.
name. That wasn't the right name.
It should be, if I came up with the name. And, I am embarrassed because I should have come up with Charles Barkley or somebody easier.
Yeah.
But,
Like anyone.
I did not.
Anybody. You didn't come up with Charles Drew either.
Charles Drew, actually, I know his daughter, but he
Was that Joanne Drew?
No. No.
Is it Nancy?
No, she. You know what? He was a famous surgeon, a medical professional researcher. He did a lot of important work, and his daughter was a local politician here in D.C., Charlene Drew Jarvis.
Related to Drew Barrymore at all?
Okay, that's enough. Here we go. We're going to play now. What's the name of this game? When was it invented? When was it invented? Yeah. The contestants will be Gary Stein and Rob Spiewak. Rob, please join us.
Oh, him again?
Yes.
Always
Yes.
him.
I forget who won the last version. Do either of you remember?
He did.
He
Rob
did. Rob
did.
won.
See, I-
No. In order to preserve my job, I'm going to say it was Gary, and it was a handy victory.
Here's how the game is played. I'm going to give you an item, and you both tell me when you think it was invented. And the person who is closest in years wins. It's that simple.
For the sake of drama for the game, should I make believe that I don't know the answers? Because I'm sure that I will know all
I
the
want
answers.
you to really try. You're not going to know the answers to these.
I beg to differ, and I don't like
we'll
begging.
See. We'll
Okay.
see. And you can give me some historical facts or whatever. And so first up, and let's see, Rob, since you're the guest, technically, you'll get first shot.
Oh, this is really starting great. I can't miss.
He's barely a guest. I mean,
And I have not. Let me say this: I have
not
not
even
given
wanted. I
Rob
don't
the
even want him.
answers. The last time we played a game, he seemed to have the answers. In
I don't
advance.
know about that. I didn't Charles Van Doren
You're
that
saying
game.
I gave him the
I
answers?
didn't Charles Van Doren that game. I love that. It's a verb.
Yeah, it's not old. It's not old timey either.
No, not at all.
No, it's very old time.
Even the movie that was made about it is now old timey.
isn't it? And it's a
Quiz show is 30 years old, isn't
Great.
it?
Was it Ralph Fiennes? What's his name? Fiennes?
Rafe Fiennes.
Ray
Ray-
Fiennes.
Ray-
So
Ray-
you
very,
ruined that.
very good.
You
Yeah.
ruined
Spelled
that. Don't-
Ralph, but it's Ray.
But John Turturro was the greatest in that movie.
he was great too.
Tony, on your way out, cut out the light, okay?
And put up the groceries.
And I'm going to fix dinner after that. All right, here we go. Here's the first item up for bids, as they say. When was the bra invented? The bra, also known as a brassiere.
Dude, bra. Or bra.
That would be,
Let's see.
Hey, bra.
So
yes.
I no longer wear one. It seems like it would be a natural garment that would sort of evolve historically out of need. I will say 1750.
Ooh, okay. All right, 1750.
Calendar year 1750, Anno Domini.
1750. All righty. Gary, what would you like to? Well, you have to take a guess now. Would you
Yeah.
like to?
It's not a guess, Tony.
Okay. Yes, you do know. You know a lot of stuff. When
During the
was
gold rush, there were. Okay, that was the 1800s. Okay.
Yes.
Oh, that
so-
gold rush.
The real one, and this is the real story. So I don't want either one of you to diss this. Okay.
Okay.
During the gold rush, it's a little known fact that a lot of women participated. They were looking for gold. Sometimes they were smacking men in the head with the pans and knocking them down. This
not
is
know
all
that.
true.
Wow.
Yeah.
All of it.
And so they would scrape with the pans and look for gold. But sometimes pans weren't available. So women would take these sacks and they would start panning, and using the sacks. They were double sacks. And they would use them to try
more
to dig
gold.
through the dirt and to get the gold. But this was unfortunate. It was very hot during the gold rush. And so a lot of times, if women were alone and there weren't any men going for the gold, as they say, which became an expression later, during the first
There's
Olympics.
so many layers to this
The
answer.
first Olympics.
So
The first Olympics?
the first Olympic, yeah, but that was earlier. That was
Right,
earlier.
okay.
of
Yeah,
course.
But
something
anyway,
else.
I digress. So they would dig with these like double bags. That's what we'll call them, double bags for freshness. So women would dig together
Yes.
because it was very hot, and sometimes they would take their tops off.
Wow.
And so at one point there was a man. I think so. His name was like Andromeda Perkins. That was his name.
Wow.
And he stumbled
wonder
on this.
if-
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm just it could be
Yeah.
a relation.
he hurt himself digging for gold, and that became the Andromeda strain. So then
Wow.
he
Wow.
like found out where the women were digging for gold.
Can I
and
just
he,
interrupt for 1 second?
Yeah.
You get a point for that.
Oh, thank you.
Oh, wow,
Thank
that's
you.
great.
Thank you. So he found out where the women were digging,
Yeah.
Oh.
and he surprised them. Now the only thing that because they left their clothes like further away.
Right.
It was a very, very hot day this particular day.
Right.
And so they were shocked that Andromeda was there, a relative of yours who was kind of a dog.
Yes.
And shocked, they didn't know what to do. They dumped the dirt out of the sacks and they covered themselves. Some were able to cover themselves better because some were more well endowed. That didn't mean that they found more gold. Being well endowed had nothing to do with how much they were going to get. But that's when they first said, "Bro, what are you doing here?" and they all would call it. They would have a signal that they would say to each other, "Bruh, bruh," and that meant that a man was approaching, and they would put it. This is true. There's no. I don't know why you're. And so that's
History's fun.
Wow.
Yeah.
that was 1847. It was a Tuesday. It was a very, very hot day, and this was in California.
Wow. Okay.
Wasn't
That
the gold
is-
rush in 49?
It wasn't 49, but it was. But there have been some people early.
I applaud your answer. I just didn't want to make sure there
No.
wasn't a trace of misinformation.
I would no. I was early for everything, and apparently Andromeda was also very, very early. So he was
Andromeda
there.
Perkins. I love the name.
I don't make this.
Andromeda-
I don't make this crap up. This is
know,
your game.
I
I don't
know.
make it up.
And I mean, you can kind of see, it runs
see-
in the family.
you see the
Andromeda-
connection?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I mean,
right.
Andromeda was drawn to that.
Yeah,
and
he was
I-
a
I
dog.
have been
He was a
that way.
dog. Yeah.
I'm not a dog, but
No,
I-
because
I-
you're older now.
I appreciate the female form. So there
You do.
go. Right.
You do. And finding gold.
Okay.
Is there
I
a game
want
in
this-
here anywhere?
Yeah. Yeah. So let me get to the
I
answer.
think I'm right. The answer is what did I say? 1847.
1847.
Yeah.
1847 is Gary's.
I just
answer.
gave you the how of it as well.
Okay.
There are two possibilities. Rob was right in that this took over time. It evolved. Rob said 1750. The first modern bra was in 1889. Gary
right.
is closer.
I knew that.
Wow.
It was originally called a corselet gorge, which sounds awful and sounds painful.
Isn't that where they were panning for gold?
Corselet
gorge? Yeah.
It all comes together.
It
That's
does.
right.
It does.
The
Yeah.
original expression for those bras, though, was that they were engorged, but then that became a word that was used for something else.
So 1889, it became Mary Phelps Jacob filed and received a patent for the bra. She later sold the rights. I found this fascinating. In 1914, to the Warner Brothers Corset Company. Was Warner Brothers into corsets at the time?
Well, see, Jack Warner was known as a
Jack Warner.
he was a dog. He was a dog.
You don't have to be a
And-
dog. You don't have to be a dog. Here's the thing.
Yeah.
I want this game to go a certain way.
Yeah.
I'm going to give this one to Gary. I mean, it was
Wow,
just
yeah.
too clever. It was closer. Gary has the lead.
Because I never went to school, I did a lot of reading.
Yes, and a lot of making up in your own head. All right, that was
It was
the
a
bra.
better place to be. It really was.
Gary will take this one first. When was the modern flush toilet invented? When was the modern flush toilet invented?
Right.
And I'm going to tell you right now, this is something that also evolved. So there are a couple of possible dates. Gary Stein.
Okay. So a lot of people think that the flush toilet, was invented by Thomas Crapper.
That's right.
Right. But it wasn't. He had a first cousin who knew that Thomas was working on this. His name was Roger Stinky Bottom, and Roger was. Rob? What are you doing?
I'm thinking, Gary. I'm thinking.
So his classmates just called him Stinky, just for short.
Right.
And Roger Stinky Bottom was very much involved in trying to get the crap done before Thomas.
Right.
So he actually invented it first.
Okay.
And the first toilet was invented by cavemen, but then the flush toilet didn't happen until I think it was 1822.
1822.
Yeah,
Okay.
and that's when. But
But it was
Roger
Stinky Bottom.
It was Roger Stinky Bottom, but Roger actually never got the credit. He never really got the
Sad,
credit
right?
And he said, "Crap, why don't I get some of the credit for this? You know, I flush, and Roger was the first person to create toilet paper."
Oh, wow. Okay.
Wow, that's something.
You would think that would be invented soon after. I should look that up.
This first
Rob
comment
Spillane.
is dedicated to Gary exclusively, but isn't it true that guy you were talking about they called Stinky, he also would often say, "Oh, you crazy!"
Yes.
I don't understand that.
Yes.
I don't
Yes.
get it.
It's very much narrowcasting. I would say not so hard. I would say I think it feels like a post-Civil War development. So I will say 1870. The boys in gray and the boys in blue came home and they said, "I don't have a pot to piss in." So
That's
I
right.
will say
But they were flushing.
They were. And eventually the World's Fair. But I would say 1870. That would be my
Okay.
guess.
I am going to give this one. This is tough. Let me tell you this. In 1596, a Sir
I was
John
closer. Yeah.
a Sir John Harrington invented the very first flushable water closet, but it didn't catch on because it lacked an odor blocking trap, and so people they would use it and go, "This stinks. I'm not going to use this." So
There was another thing about that one.
No,
The
that's
bottom
all we
was
have time
open. The bottom was open.
Right.
And so it was like, why even bother? You know, because it just
Exactly.
it still
Yeah.
needed to be cleaned up.
in 1775, Alexander Cumming patented the first flush toilet featuring the S trap. Okay,
Oh,
that's
yeah.
what makes it not stink anymore.
What does
Well,
the
it was
S
called
stand for?
Stink. It stood for
Oh,
stink.
okay, good.
It
That
was
way
the
we can
stink
keep
trap.
our license. That's good.
Yeah, yeah.
That's good.
I cleaned
Thomas
that up.
Crapper came along later in the 1850s and 60s and popularized it because he made it commercial. He's the one who said we can put this everywhere and started. That's why his name got associated with it. So that was in the 1870s. Gary, you said 1822. Rob, you said 1870. I'm sorry, Crapper was in the 50s and 60s. Boy, I'm going to call this a draw. This is a draw because it was first it was first invented earlier, which Gary is closer to.
Yeah.
Rob was closer to when it was popularized. So this is a draw.
Well,
It's a
I
tie.
don't really think that popularity has much to do with it. I think that you're either, going in your pants or you're using the flush toilet. And I
I'm
think
delighted that it is so popular. I've been thinking of getting one of these flush toilets.
You
and
should.
This has absolutely sealed it.
Your-
I'm
your
buying
neighbors are
one.
willing to pay
I'm
for
getting
it.
an S-trap. I'm getting everything.
Getting the whole thing.
The whole kit and
The
caboodle.
whole shebang.
Get
gonna
American Standard on the phone. I'm buying.
I'm going to call this a tie because Gary probably won it, but I don't want him to. So
Can
this one's a
I bring something up though? I mean, I
Yes.
like that it's a tie,
Yeah.
but Rob, can I say something you will have to bleep? Is it
Yeah,
possible to do
of
that?
course, yeah.
So I actually, because I'm kind of a marketing megamaniac, and I came up with something a number of years ago that I think is very, very marketable. I like the whole slogan, and I like the name. I came up with a line of toilet paper,
Okay. Ooh, okay.
and there's a little byline to it as well. So it's called Wipies,
Okay.
500 shits a roll.
I don't think we have to bleep that.
Okay.
That's just fine marketing.
And I
love
think, don't you think it would sell along with Winnebago? Because for Winnebago, we still have to have like an outhouse or something.
Sure,
don't we?
absolutely,
right.
yeah.
Hey, I'd buy that. I'd see
would
it in
too.
the store, and I would go,
Yeah.
oh, this is to the point, so to
Do
speak.
you ever
know-
care about how many sheets per roll that they wind up advertising? I don't. I want
it
to know how
really
many
should be-
times I can go.
It should be by length, really.
Right, that's
yeah.
right, that's
you know,
right.
do you remember Pat McCormick from the Tonight Show?
I
and
wrote
the
with
other
him.
things?
I wrote
Get
with him.
out, really?
I wrote with him. Yes.
Did you
Was
really?
he as screwed up comedically as he appeared?
I loved him. Sam and I wrote a show with Pat McCormick.
Wow.
And
I did not know that.
He
I
had
did not
tattered
know
clothes at the time. He
Yeah.
was not doing all that well, but he was funny, brilliant, and strange. But we loved
one of his
him.
standard jokes is he'd go to the grocery store and he'd buy toilet paper and whatever he needed. He'd go to the market, Gary, and as he was checking out, he would say, "Is this enough toilet paper for this much food?"
Great.
I had no idea you
great.
worked with him. We
That's
must
great.
talk about that.
Oh,
That's
sure.
Let me
fantastic.
interrupt for a second just to
Yeah.
say I'm the most understanding game show host because we've only done 2 questions so far,
Yeah.
but a whole lot of stories. Here is the last question.
Okay.
Okay.
And this is very direct. Just give me a year.
Okay.
When was Spam introduced to the market? When did Spam first come out? Rob, you go first.
I know that Spam largely still exists as a product because it's very popular in Hawaii.
It is.
That's where
right.
people eat the most spam.
That's right. Yes. They put it
I
on
tried.
pizza.
I would. I would email it to you, but it would go to your junk folder. It
Also
has
known
to
as a
be
spam
during.
folder.
Yeah, it would have to be. Yeah. Oh, please don't call attention to a failure. It would have to be during World War II because our boys were overseas.
Okay.
I'll say 1940. I'll say 1940.
Gary, when
Yes.
was Spam introduced to the market?
Well, I don't like that you try to tie my hands because I would like to
I
tell
heard you like that.
only if there's French fries. Because I think that our audience deserves more information whenever it's
history.
possible.
Sure.
Yeah.
So when Spam was invented, when they came up with the recipe for Spam, which if you want
Yes.
to call it a recipe, it's the same year that the man who created Underwood Deviled Ham came out with that. And they actually, it was a tremendous rivalry.
What a golden era for canned meat.
It was. This was a big time, but it was horse meat. So both products. And so they did the kind of Aaron Burr, Alexander Hamilton without Lin-Manuel Miranda shootout. They actually had
wow.
and Underwood, which was his name, and Pam Spam was the wife of the owner. She actually was sent to have a shootout with Underwood. She killed Underwood.
Oh, wow.
And so that company, which it lasted for a very long time, but not with the original owner. Gotcha. But that was 1939.
Wow.
So our guesses are very close.
Yeah, and I just
Wow.
tried to trump you by
Hey, You're playing Price is Right rules. here,
pardon the
basically.
expression.
Yeah.
Let me say this. I have failed miserably in what my intention was.
yeah, because
with
I
this
won.
game.
You know,
Rob's guess was 1940.
Yeah.
Gary's guess was 1939. Spam was introduced to the market. There's a specific date, July 5th, 1937.
Wow.
Gary wins,
nailed it.
and therefore wins the game.
do you? And I know you don't like that.
No, I
but
don't.
Do you know why I won?
Why?
Because tell me the date again.
July
me the-
5th, 1937.
On July 4th, 1937, I was at a Mills Brothers concert. And they were talking about a product that they couldn't wait to be introduced because they
Mills
wanted
was
fast
very
food on the
excited.
road.
Yeah.
And they wanted to have Spam, and nobody knew what that was except my grandfather, who was part of the group.
I'm
And
glad
he
you
said,
mentioned that. I'm
Yeah,
glad
and
you
he
mentioned
said,
that.
in 2 years, we will have it. We will.
During the break, I looked something up. All right, so Gary won this game.
Yes.
But I have a bonus question, and whoever wins, whoever
no,
gets this
no,
right,
I won the
yes,
game.
Whoever gets this right is the true winner of the game.
This is so exciting that all points are
wait,
tripled.
wait, I
with
won the
5
game.
big
I
ways
won-
to win big.
Yep. But this,
I won the
every
game, but the
has
next
a way to
person is the
steal.
true winner.
Every game has a way to steal. Rob could possibly steal. Here you go, and Rob gets to go first.
You're such a poor sport because you knew nothing.
What
I
were
know.
what were the actual first names of the original Mills brothers? I'm going to give you 7 names. You give me the 4 correct ones.
I can't write anything down. I don't have a pen.
John Jr.
Wait. Hold it 1 second. I got my iPhone out.
These
Hold
are
on
the
a
7. No. Put the iPhone down. Put the
I'm
iPhone
not gonna
down.
look? I mean,
No,
you think I'm
put
gonna
down.
look it up?
Put it down. Put it down. Here you go. You just got to
You've
remember.
trusted me for 35 years and no
John
longer?
Jr. I know how much you want to win.
John Jr.
Fillmore, Harry, Herbert, General, Donald, and Anderson.
Harry,
Wow.
Herbert,
What-
Donald,
what-
and Anderson.
Harry's
Harry,
go-
Herbert,
okay.
Donald,
Harry,
and
Herbert,
Anderson.
Donald, and Anderson. Okay.
Yes.
Rob.
Okay. I'm going to go with Harry, Herbert, the one that was a junior.
John.
And I'm going to say Fillmore because I don't think Tony would think of the name Fillmore, even in a lie.
So you're going with John, Harry, Herbert, and Fillmore.
So
Yes.
the one who has the most right answers has to win, right? 'Cause if you
Gary
don't-
is going with Harry, Herbert, Donald, and Anderson. Is that what you went with?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I know that the first name is right.
You both have 3 correct. All right. So Gary, give me one of yours is incorrect. Give me another name that would be correct.
I have to know the 3 correct names.
Well,
Can we
okay.
hear you? Can you read the name? No, I
I'll
think
give
that
you
it's
the
okay.
I'll give you the
Okay.
3 correct names.
Okay.
All right.
Harry, Herbert, and Donald were all correct. The other names are, and Anderson was wrong. The other names are John Jr., Fillmore, or General.
Okay. Rob, you want to go first, and I won't use yours.
Okay, well, I think just by process of elimination, it has to be general.
Okay, Gary.
But I might be playing the game backwards. I don't know.
Gary.
What kind of name is General?
It's certainly not specific.
I think it was Daryl.
Not
Daryl's
Daryl.
not
It's
one of them.
Not a choice.
Okay. I think that it was Fillmore.
Fillmore. Okay, and that is what Rob said. Wow.
No, Rob said General.
You said
but in the original
earlier
game.
he said Fillmore.
Yeah.
So you said what? Fillmore, and you
did.
say General.
Yeah.
Yes.
First of all, Rob, I'm shocked that you fell for General. That would mean his name was General Mills.
No!
Fillmore is fake. I did come up with that.
Good for you.
Other-
You know what? It shows me, it teaches me a lesson. Don't underestimate the host.
That's right. The other name is John Jr. Neither of you got that. So that means it reverts back to the original winner. Gary is the winner of the game, unfortunately. But there you
I
go.
agree with you. I agree with you. But can I keep my job as the co-host of the show,
Yes, you can keep
or
that.
do I have to go back to featuring?
I can't believe I got General Mills by you. That's
I can't either. And I can't believe I tried so hard and failed.
all right. We're going. Oh, this is the Mills Brothers.
Yes.
It is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh.
All right, that's enough.
General Mills.
We have to. We're running long. We have to finish out the amazing return of Sal and Junior. It's
I'm
the
so
final
sad.
episode.
This is the final episode. It's
Yeah.
episode 8.
Yes.
And I don't know about you guys, but I've enjoyed this thoroughly.
I
love
enjoyed
it.
Yeah, me too. Absolutely. So we're going to run it right now.
Yeah.
Episode 8 of The Amazing Return of Sal and Junior. This one is called Dress for Success.
Yes.
Take it away.
Welcome to another edition of The Amazing Return of Sal and Junior.
So today's episode we like to call Dress to Impress.
Yeah.
This is how you have to have a certain style when you go through life.
You ever hear the expression, clothes make the man?
That's it.
Yeah. Clothes can ruin the man if you don't do the right thing.
You have to put together a full picture.
That's right.
You have to have a full picture from head to toe. You got the shoes
Yeah.
and you got the socks.
What's special about the socks?
You got your beautiful traditional dress socks here that you can see the hair through, which is like a very manly thing.
It is.
Women like
Because when women have hair, they're from France.
Yeah, that's true. So you start with the shoes, you go to the socks, then the pants,
Yeah.
then the pants,
Yeah.
and then you got the shirt. See, you got an option here.
Yeah.
You wear a nice strap T-shirt
Beautiful.
underneath. Then you got the option to be open like this,
Mm-hmm.
or closed. If you wanted to go a little more extreme,
Mm-hmm.
maybe you get a nice sign of the zodiac. You put it on the chain.
Of
there.
course. Well, go get yours. Why don't you go get yours and show them, because it's a beautiful.
Well, we'll
that's a nice thing. Go get it.
We're doing a show now, so I as I said, you
Stop.
put on that.
Wait, no, he can stop. Stop, cut. I got you that for what 50th episode, right?
We on our old show, we had our 50th episode.
I went out and I got him a you know what? It's a gorgeous sign of the zodiac. If you don't have a good back, you can't wear this because it's
And it
very, very heavy.
has a little jewel in it to
There's a
set
big
it
jewel.
to set
That
it
was-
set it off.
There was a big diamond in there. Go get it.
I can't get
Why
it.
can't you get it? Why can't you get it?
We're in the show.
What'd you do?
We're in the show.
What'd you do? He's not rolling. What'd you do? What'd you do? I always know when you do something because you do the rocking like you know like you can't stand straight. What'd you do? What'd you do?
I sold it.
You sold
I
it.
sold it.
You
I was having a bit of a financial situation. So we could
you know how
maybe-
much I spent on that
we
zodiac?
could-
Whoa.
we could maybe discuss this later. Maybe this could be a good episode. This could be a good episode to deal with conflict between human beings when they're trying to work
Conflict?
out conflict.
I'm gonna kill you.
So, as I was saying,
$2,000
you got
today. That's all. Today it's $5.
Okay,
I want the money back.
so that's good. I think that's good.
What? We're done?
Yeah, I think that's a good episode. It's like Dress for Success. You got the whole ensemble going. You got the shoes, the pants, the shirt.
But no zodiac sign.
Yeah.
You don't got no zodiac sign. See,
Okay.
that's the thing.
All right. So, remember, hold on to your dreams.
Because what else would you do at night?
Here you go.
You sold it?
I did.
You sold it.
I
You had financial issues?
I had some problems.
Can you get it back?
No, I can't get it back.
Would you pawn it?
Oh, that's enough. That's enough. I didn't mean to. It was happened.
Luckily, he's not rolling now because I'm so angry at you. I can't believe it. I, mean, I don't know if I could do any more shows. You know, I have to leave. I have to leave. I have to go. You know what? This. I got to say something. Okay? This is a disgrace. This is a disgrace. I mean.
You're going to do the next show?
I can't now. I have to go get back into like the mood. I'm going to take a shower. All right? I'm gonna,
Wow, that's how it ended.
That's how it ended.
I didn't realize that.
Well, we didn't know we were going to end it, and that episode was kind of an afterthought at the end of a very long day, and we talked about, I called it dress to impress,
it's
dress for
to
success,
impress. Right,
and it's dress to impress, and I told you the wrong title.
That's okay.
See, I copped to it, even though Roger Stinky Bottom was the so. It was an afterthought, and I said, "Well, we need to do something." I think he came up with it. Let's dress to impress. And I said, "Okay, wait, I got to come up with something to be mad at you for." I said, "Okay, all right, go, and we did it,
That's great.
And
That's great. I love that the dress to impress is simply you got your shoes.
Yeah.
You got your dress socks.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
Just skipped over. You got your pants. No, didn't mention a belt.
no,
You
no.
got your t-shirt and you got a shirt, open or closed.
we hit the important items, and the most important item was the zodiac sign.
Right, but I did notice, so in this episode, now I don't know if you were wearing one before, both of you were wearing crosses. Were you wearing a cross in the other episodes?
Sometimes, yeah, I wore them in a few.
Because
yeah,
it's
yeah.
with the character, obviously. Yeah,
Yeah.
okay. Very good.
Yeah.
That's great. So there you go. Guys, if you want to see it again, you can go to YouTube and just search The Amazing Return of Sal and Jr. All eight episodes are there. Hopefully this is going to catch on, and it'll be on Netflix or HBO Max or something one day. I think it's
You
worth
had a surprise reaction at the end of this episode. You were a little sad.
I was a little
You were a
sad.
little sad
It's
that
like,
they,
wow,
that they weren't happy.
It's like a cliffhanger. I mean, yeah.
Or are you just still sad that he won the game?
Well, there's a little of that too.
Do you want to hear an explanation again about how the bra was invented?
No, I do not. I've
No,
heard
okay,
the
all right,
play.
okay. If you're good, it's okay.
I am good, and I think we are good for this week's episode. Rob, where are you, Rob? Thank you so much for everything that you do, Rob Spiewak, boys and
Thank
girls.
you
ladies
guys.
and
Love you
gentlemen.
guys.
I love you
you
too,
too.
and
So
Rob,
much
I
fun.
want to thank you even more for everything that you don't do.
Yeah, like win the game.
I appreciate that.
You know what's
feel
dumb? You're right. I'm too nice. I could have just scored it differently.
You could have. You're so nice. You are.
I'm not that nice, and it doesn't work. Just be yourself. Just
Right,
be yourself
right.
and fix it against him. Give me the answers next time.
I'm going to
yeah.
be myself.
Next time I'll give you the answers. Gary Stein, as always, lots of fun. Love you, man.
Love you too.
And Warriors, thank you so much for watching, for listening. As we said before, tell your friends.
Get out there. Get out there.
On Facebook, support the You Gotta Be Kidding Me fan club page or fan page. Is it a fan club page or fan page?
I think it's the fan page.
Yeah,
I think
okay.
we have to
Bob-
ask Bob Fay.
Bob
'cause
Fay runs it. Support him. Check him out. And
He may know the answer when he's not drinking. So,
right.
okay, so-
I don't ask he drinks. And that's going to do it for us for this episode. We will see you next time around. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. We love you. Peace.
We should look for gold. We should go digging for gold, I think. That would be a good way to raise some money.
Thank you for listening to another episode of You Gotta Be Kidding Me. Make sure you continue your visit on Facebook and Instagram. And don't forget to like and subscribe wherever you get your podcasts. And follow us on YouTube. This is Donnie Simpson speaking for You Gotta Be Kidding Me, a production of the Podcaster's Warehouse. And yes, I endorse this podcast. What? You gotta be kidding me.